Ooh, don't start recording yet.
Don't say anything inappropriate.
That chair. People that.
It's about time. Let me send Chris over there and show you how it's done.
That's right. Yes.
Did more dials yesterday, then I would say the majority of this brokerage is fine.
Do you want a cookie?
Yeah, right here.
You made one.
Add up everyone's dials. See it.
Yeah, you did crazy.
How many did you do? Nice. My record is 312 or something like that.
Uh-oh. Dominic beat you. Dominic didn't have a dialect.
No, I did.
Oh, you did.
A triple line.
So those are now illegal.
Yeah.
Unfair.
All right.
And he made his 10 contacts. He's done that day.
Who? Yeah.
There was no free spot.
We'll see you up here one day.
Okay, welcome, friends, to our meeting today.
We have a full house for all of you Zoomers. We have like 60 people in here.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
you should be here.
Claire's eating breakfast right now.
I know. Why are we here, man?
To build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving.
What's your favorite line of that today?
Business is worth owning
Why?
because it's fun.
Our mission is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. And we believe in God, family, then business. Our Y4C2Ts, win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first, commitment in all things, communication, seek first to understand, creativity, ideas before results, teamwork, together everyone achieves more, trust starts with honesty, equity, opportunities for all, and success results through. We are a training, coaching, consulting, and technology company creating the culture and community where entrepreneurs thrive. Just like your shirt says. Did you plan that today?
No, next slide. Says it.
Lovely. Bucket fills. Who has some happy thoughts, some warm fuzzy, some joyful noise to share?
All right, first one I pick up. Look at this.
Me.
Dominic, you do such a great job every day. Cuddly Labrador.
What? She called me a golden retriever.
And you?
That was not your handwriting.
No, but Jamie liked it a lot.
Oh. Huge thank you to Farron and Megan for coordinating the event at Tap-ins a couple weeks ago. That was a blast.
Yes, that was fun.
Thank you.
It's so fun.
The pool party's gonna be even better,
Can't wait.
August.
3rd.
Oh, yeah, it's coming up. Overdue thank you to Dom and Aaron for guiding and preparing us for the ever-changing market.
Oh, that's nice.
Love that.
Just so you know, Novi is teaching our stuff right now at their meeting,
What stuff?
like my case study.
Oh. Excellent.
Mhm.
Shoot. For those of you that don't know, Kristen Shupry, it goes by Shoot. So proud of you. Keep killing it.
Just crushing it, man.
She is. Thank you, Lori, Audrey, and Angelina. Not sure what we would do without you all.
Truth.
Amen. Aaron, thanks for always helping and reassuring me in times of doubt.
Is that from Shoop? Or you?
Writing that.
It was one of the two of you. All right, anybody else have any joyful noise, happy thoughts, bucket fills?
I'd like to welcome Kayla and thank her for her help with the past. She's Angelina's.
And I want to give a shout out to Lori and Audrey. Them a lot going on the back end, changing over the software, and it has not been easy, and they have been doing it with grace and some patience.
You are the cutest, most frustrated person. Like, she gets so frustrated in there, and she's like,
I'm frustrated.
Inside,
And then she's
I've seen people
smiling.
out, but on the outside. I'm
not any of you guys.
No,
Mostly Dominic, I was like, Dominic.
you do say that.
Smile. Like, sorry.
All right, we've got some birthdays here. Jen Peterson, Becky Hurst, Laura Fannin, Angela Templeton, Faith, Cassidy, Cliff, Rob, Pam Sutton, Dave McDonald, Scott Kelly, Abby, Lisa, Christy, Kevin, Wendy, and Lainey. Happy birthday, June birthdays.
And if we don't have your headshot, please send it along.
And work anniversaries, these are my favorite. 18 years to Mr. Kevin Shinjek, 17 years to Christy Peters. Alina, this cannot be right. 8 years. That's nuts. Time flies when you're having fun. Cindy Steele, 6 years. Taylor Johnson, 5 years. Cassidy, 4. Ava, 4. Dan, 4 years. I love that. The Pirate and Mrs. Pirate, 4 years. Jordan Monroe, 2. Paul Hoover, 2. Maddie Cunningham. Mystery.
1.
1. Sheila Parker, 1. Lily Robson, 1. And Noah Lopez, 1 year. Congratulations. Pirate, 4 years ago, you showed up on our doorstep. Can you believe it? Congratulations to our cappers, Bunny, Bill Tate, Julie Tucker, John Lunwall, Emily Martina, Kristen Shoup, and Todd Feedy. Congratulations. Congratulations on first closings, Deontay.
Oh, Brett, first closing.
Daddy, congratulations.
Can't call him Danny when people don't know that's bad.
It makes it way more fun.
It makes it weird.
You just be fancy.
Yeah.
Not like
There's a long story.
Sure will. Sheila, congratulations on your first closing. Our top solo agents, Julie Tucker had a great year last month.
We texted her the other day and we were like, hey, great month. Like, that was incredible. And she goes, it was busy. How much did I do? I'm like, oh my God. I mean, she knew she did a lot. It was 8 closings for over $4 million.
Besides her running for school board.
Right.
Yeah, and full-time mom running kids around sports.
Yeah, all the sports. Kristen Shoup, Jamie Kane, Katie Leader Rice, congratulations. Our individual listings taken, Jamie Kane, 3, Julie Tucker, 2, Kristen Shoup, 2.
2.
Congratulations. Individual closed units, 8, 3, 2, 2.
5-way tie for 2.
Holy camoly, that's a lot going on, guys.
Yeah, good job.
Our top producing team, a team is 2 people, for those that don't know. We've got the Martina Group, who did 2.3 million. They had 5 closings in 1 day last month, which was amazing. The Batten team and Barnwell Pros, congratulations. Teams, listing taken. Barnwell Pros, 3, Batten team, 2, Grateful Day, 2, Martina Group, 2, Batten team, twice, 2. Team closed units, Martina Group, 4, Batten team, 3, congratulations. And our
I
group,
had to keep all these on there. Top producing groups, there's 6 that all did over $1.5 million last month.
Bunny Warren and Associates.
6 million.
Well, Mark was just right there. 6 million, Vivid Living, Holy Camoly, 3 million, Feedy Group, 2.6, Red Door, 2.3, Roots Group, 1.8, and Mahone Homes, 1.5. Congratulations. And listings taken, 10, 7, 4, 4, 3, 3. Making the market.
That's a lot of listings.
And closed 19. Bun Warren, congratulations. 9 for Vivid Living, 8 for Feedy Group, 8 for Mahone Homes, 4 for Roots Group, and 4 for Red Door. Newcomers, I'm not going to call it a newcomer, but a welcome home to Miss Carissa. We're so happy to have you back.
Wasn't the same without you.
Mm-mm. It was less nice.
That's you. Last month, we profit shared almost $30,000 to our agents that helps grow the company. That's a fun.
Yes.
If you participate in profit share and you did not check to see what you got, it is already in your bank account.
You're welcome.
That was a fun one.
Plug. So for those that don't know, I'm putting on a Top Agents in Livingston County under 40 event. And it's a broker agnostic, board agnostic event. And so there was 36 nominees, a whole bunch from our office, including Emily Martina, Kaylee, Maddie, the Crumrise, Carissa, John. Hold on, I'll get to that side. Jake, Cassie, Crow, Sakura, Billy, Todd, Katie, a whole bunch,
Some of these people on these pictures. Really?
right? So voting is live right now. So if you haven't voted for somebody yet, please do. Sakura is currently in 3rd place. Chris Lotz is crushing it. That's just how it is. And a sneaker attack from Nick Bonstel, who I've never even met.
Sue Bunstell, and she's
Right.
campaigning for elected.
I love that so much. So vote if you haven't. Pick one of these people and campaign for them if you can. Pick any of your favorite KW Living agents and come to the event on June 27th.
It's gonna be a great event.
super fun.
Were there any criteria that they had to do any volume or anything?
No.
Or so?
No.
So they could have sold one house and been on that list.
Correct. It was just nominated.
Some of those, I'm looking at them like, who is that person?
Yes, it was nominations by somebody who wanted to nominate you, anybody. Point reports out. It's a great way to keep track of what's going on.
Where's it from?
It's found at kwlagents.com, where everything is located.
Everything.
Mega Camp is coming up.
Who's going?
I wish they would make it not my daughter's birthday. Like,
I'll tell them. I'll be.
I missed birthday one time, and I forgot it for a very long time.
Oh, was it during Mega Camp?
Yeah,
Oh,
so, I gotta wait again a little while before I can go.
yeah.
So Mega Camp is a very efficient way to get a ton of information. They're really hyping up that they're going to be focusing on a lot of data and analytics post all of the NAR changes, which go into effect on
August
August
17th.
17th.
Rick's birthday.
Rick's birthday.
Yeah, it's always market of the moment stuff. It's not just all the same stuff. It is truly designed around the market that we're going into. So it'll be good.
And Austin's a cool town. This is the last time we'll be in downtown Austin
I don't think so. I think
Our
next
next
year is.
next year.
They didn't say, they said, they didn't say.
Oh, no,
The-
next year's Dallas.
The convention center is being torn down, so our time in Austin is limited, is the point of that. But it's a do not miss for me.
Too.
KWIQ, we've got our own AI now, and you can ask it things and it'll tell you all the things. You should check it out.
It's in your command.
MREA podcast.
Has
Check it
anybody
out.
been listening to that lately? Yeah. I've been catching up on it too. You've been listening to it? Every time that I listen to one of those episodes, I can always think of someone that I can share that with that will help their business. Like it is real tangible stuff.
We went down
And they're
to
not long. They're like 40 minutes
we went down to franchise systems orientation last week. And the last podcast of 2023, Jason used a lot of that material in that class, and it was hugely impactful. Huge. Check it out. Coaching Skills Camp, May 30th and 31st, which has already happened, and September 19th and 20th.
It was one of the best classes that I've ever gone to, and I will be going again in September.
Market snapshots.
So if you want to hear all about what's going on in the current economy with Ruben, who is KWRI's chief economist, they're doing this, scan that code. They're doing it, is it weekly? Or, oh, that's for April. So every month they will be doing that and giving you up-to-date information monthly as what's going on in the local real estate economy. It's good information. They will be doing these slides up to date at Mega Camp and Family Reunion also, but it's nice to have them monthly.
Hope so. Don't call people, don't text people who don't want to be called or texted. There are people who are making a living out of dinging real estate agents for 10 grand a pop. There are people who are waiting for you to call them and make that mistake.
So they can see you.
And KWRI is no longer taking responsibility for that for you. So please don't do that. Have the money.
So this is something that I thought was vitally important for our agents to hear and learn. It's something that they talked, not going to say a lot about down in FSO, but the way that Jason explained it is very similar to the way that Mark King explains it in this quick video that I'm going to play, because both of them explain it way better than we do. But it's nice for agents to wrap their heads around just the concept of the path of money. A lot of this training class that we went to last week reminded me that so much of what we do obviously starts with the mindset around it. And as you are making money in this business, knowing what to do with this money, it's also included in Lori's class that she teaches, the financial agent financials class. But understanding what to do with your money when you make it so that it can work for you, I think it's vitally important. So I wanted to bring this to the team meeting to make sure that you guys hear it as good as Mark King explains it. So it's only a couple of minutes, but it's excellent.
Hello, KWL, just in time. So excited to be here with you today for wealth building. So let's just start and get some house cleaning items finished. If you want to join the conversation, ask any questions, go to slido.com. No, more often. So we're going to talk about that today, and let's just dive right in. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go right into this presentation. So it's Wealth Building Wednesday, isn't that fun? So let's always start with the same system and model. We're a company of systems and models, and this is how Gary and Jay taught Jason and I and so many others about how money works. It's called the path of money. And what we know quickly is that we have human capital. We can trade our time for money. That's what most of us do. We put our time in, we get money for that time. In real estate, it's interesting. You can put a lot of time in and not get paid. You can forget a buyer's agency, you can do a lot of those things. We also have capital assets where our money is actually working for us. And the goal of wealth building is to build those capital assets to the point where they're out earning your time. What does that mean? That means that you no longer have to go work for the money, your money's working for you. Either way you do it, those two things cause cash flow. And once you have that cash flow coming into your life, there's really only 4 things you can do with that money. You can spend it, we're all great at that. You can give it, we're great at that. We have one of the most amazing charities on the planet in KW Cares and also KW Kids Can. And then also you can save it, right? Our savings rate in America is really low, and that's pretty scary right now. Or you can invest it. And this course is all about how you invest your money. What's interesting about profit share is there's a way to daisy chain that investing. We'll talk about that today. 2 basic investment choices. One is you can lend your money. One is you can own things. If you lend your money, you can do, by the way, you can do both of these passive or actively. If you lend your money, you're basically giving it to a bank in the form of a certificate of deposit, or you're putting it in money markets or your bonds or T-bills, etc. The other passive way is to own, and you can own stocks, right? You can own Home Depot stock, yet you're not making any decisions in the boardroom of Home Depot. You can buy real estate investment trusts. Those are very popular right now with the prices of real estate going up. Or you can do mutual funds, right? But keep in mind that subheading in that box down there that says they control it means that it's very passive. If you're not in control of your investments, it would be then passive. If you are in control, it would be active. And how do you actively invest? Well, again, you can lend or own. You can lend your money. You can do owner financing, hard money lending, private lending. You might hear it called, or you can own things like businesses and real estate. By the way, if you're a real estate agent, you own a business. And all of those investments will have some financial returns or lack thereof, right? And so we want to always monitor those investments. If you have a financial return, that comes back up into our capital assets and our money's making money for us. Imagine if you could replace your income, whatever it is, with your money making money for you. In other words, if you make $100,000 a year and suddenly you woke up tomorrow and your money was making $100,000 a year for you, what would you do differently? What would you do?
All right. That was what I wanted him to explain to you guys. You all have that on your desk in front of you. I think it's something to keep top of mind. Broker update.
Okay, so. My brain literally just went blank. Just the minute I stood up, I was ready to go and then I
Stood up
lost
too
it.
fast.
I stood up. For those that have been following all the NAR updates, we will be rewriting the buyer agency agreement here pretty shortly. All of the changes go into effect on July 17th, so we'll definitely have the buyer agency agreement done ahead of
August.
August, sorry.
You said July.
Summer, it's gonna be done in the summer, the end of the summer, we're gonna have it done before that. Our ALC is meeting tomorrow, Thursday, and we will be talking about buyer agency agreement as well as, policy around who's monitoring whether you're having a buyer agency agreement signed before you show houses. Because as of right now, the MLFs that we participate in have not set any policy. So we'll be talking about if we want to set any policy at a brokerage level, and what that looks like. Our ALC has been really great at making sure we're staying on top of all of these conversations. We haven't been rushing into any policy changes at all because there's a lot of wait and see that needs to happen. But if you want to be part of that conversation, everyone is welcome to join the ALC meeting Thursday at 9 a.m. Goodness gracious. Start with Beverly, so your turn.
How many people know how many houses they have to sell between now and the end of the year to hit their goals? 2. How many houses you need to sell between now and the end of the year to hit your goal? How many of you would like to learn briefly what you'd have to do to make $100,000 between now and the end of the year? Yeah?
Come to my class too.
Lori teaches this in her class too. All right, $100,000 in GCI. GCI stands for what?
Gross commission income.
Gross commission income. Say the average sale that you have is $300,000. What's commission on $300,000? $9,000.
Assuming you collect 3%.
Assuming you collect 3%. 11? That means you have to close 11 transactions in the next 6 months. If you have an 85% conversion rate, that means that you need to sign 13 contracts between now and the end of the year. If you have a 70% conversion rate, which is average, from appointments to signed contracts, that means that you need to go on 19 appointments before the end of the year. So if you go on 19 appointments, you should sign 13 contracts. And if you close 85% of those, you will close 11 contracts, which will give you a gross commission income of $100,000 between now and the end of the year. Who knows how many weeks left this year? 29. 29 weeks left. You could take 10 weeks off and still get one appointment a week with 10 weeks off and still make $100,000 in the last half of this year. I don't recommend taking 10 weeks off because if you start today, you're going to have to start building up a pipeline of people that you're talking to, so you can start setting those one appointments a week. So every morning when you wake up on every day of the week, if you haven't set one appointment for that week yet, you're not on track to hit your goal.
Talk to Julie, she did that last month. right?
Julie did 8 last month,
She
right?
Already hit her 100 grand for the month.
More than, yeah. So I just wanted you guys to see this, like, in a lot of my coaching conversations, we talk about how many weeks are left this year. There's 29. Most people's goals are 1 to 2 appointments per week. If you worked at a different job where you got paid $20 or $30 an hour, you would spend 40 to 50 hours a week working at that job. And you would have tasks to do throughout the day at that job. Do you all agree with that? This isn't that job. But this is a job that you can spend 2 to 4 hours a day. And in the next 6 months, make $100,000. But you have to know your goal. And your goal would be one to 2 appointments a week should be your goal every week.
Okay.
Is that good?
I remember.
Okay, go ahead.
So our current office policy around commissions is that we take listings at 6%. We offer 3% to a buyer's agent. You can negotiate down to 5% without special approval currently. That is the current office policy. If you are going to do anything outside of that, you need to fill out a commission exception form and get approval. I'll let you in on the secret, given all of the NAR things, we're going to be approving nearly everything right now. But as a reminder, we are a full service brokerage. We are not a discount brokerage. So we are offering full service for full commission. And you are permitted to have waive your commission on 1 purchase and 1 sale per year for a personal transaction. Meaning, so if you buy or sell a property for yourself, your name has to be on the purchase agreement, or your spouse, right? Yeah. You can waive a commission. You cannot waive commission for your cousin. You cannot waive commission for your best friend. We are not in business to be a charity. And while I know it feels different on an agent level to waive commission for your best friend, in general, that's not what we're here to do, right? If we all waived commission for our spheres, which is more than, I would say, 80% of everyone's business, we wouldn't be in business.
Can I add to that?
Please.
Instead of saying maybe, instead of waiving your commission, we actually have to take commission based upon our E&O policy. In order for you to be covered by our errors and omissions policy, the policy states we have to receive commission. So even if it's $1. So you do have to charge yourself that, and we do charge there's a $100 processing fee and 25 for E&O. So my suggestion, and I sent this email out, is to actually charge yourself $135, covers everything. And you're covered by E&O. That's money well spent for E&O.
So if you do get into a situation where in order to keep the deal together, you're going to cut your commission or something, like, but there's always going to be scenarios. Please talk to Dominic or I first before you agree to something. We're both pretty available. I'm available on evenings and weekends. Dominic's pretty available during the day, during the week. Bring us into the conversation so it's not shocking us when we're getting the commission exception form or the closing statement, frankly. Okay? And if you have any questions about that, please let us know. That is what I forgot.
I have an MC moment. I don't think it's in there.
Perfect.
Thank you. So thank you so much for your patience, everybody, with our not getting paid for a week, kind of a big deal. For those of you who have gone into your commission tab, you might notice that it looks different. I do want to do a training. Esteban and I will be doing a training next Tuesday at 10 to kind of review that. In a nutshell, it's 2 pages now, 1 offer and 1 commission, and it's much cleaner. But for the people that have gone in there's a few questions, so please reach out until the training next week. Feel free to reach out and ask questions on what you need to do. Also, we will not be providing the cap and royalty anymore because it's now available to you in your back office. And we'll go over that too. But thank you for your patience. Commissions should be better and hopefully it's just a faster process all around for everybody. So if you have any questions, shout out.
Thank you. All right, so we do have, this was a short agenda for the team meeting and purposefully. I'm just curious now that we have a lot of people in the room, because we talk about this on Fridays a lot. Who is having conversations right now or any objections coming up around the new settlement and commissions and things like that? Would you mind sharing, like, so we can have a conversation around this for the people that maybe can't make it to Friday Masterminds? You want to come up here? Yeah,
You're ready for that.
the Zoomers want to hear it too. I know we got we got a good amount on Zoom.
Well, I know so we just had a listing go live in Rolling Hills. Actually yesterday, but when I first did the listing appointment, they, like, the second I mentioned 6% commission, they were immediately uncomfortable with it. And so originally we were gonna do 3% to us and 2.5% to a buyer's agent, like going back and forth discussing buyer's agent commission, stuff like that. I would say I had at least 4 conversations with them about it. And then finally we got to the listing appointment where we were actually filling out the documentation. And I said, hey, I just want to confirm this is a commission structure we're going with, like, these are the pros and cons of it. And he goes, well, what's going to sell my house fastest? I said, well, if we offer a 3% commission versus someone else that's offering 2.5%, there's a good chance that they might push our house a little bit more. And he's like, okay, go ahead with 3%. So we ended up signing a 6% listing versus 5%, which is what he was asking for originally. And then I actually lost another listing, Whitmore Lake, because I would not cut it down to 4.5%. Like his builder agent said that he would do. So I told him to go have fun with it. And
How do you feel about that?
I was okay with it because I'm not racing to the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work with clients that value me and the proposition that I bring to the table. And when I asked him, I was like, well, is he doing video, professional photos? And he goes, no, not normally. He just takes it and posts it online. I said, okay. I said, you have a $500,000 house on the golf course, so. But I sold the other 2 houses down the street, so I said the proof's in the pudding. So.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
The house went on the market yet, or?
No.
With the other one?
The first one did, but the one that I lost has not gone on the market yet.
It'll be interesting to follow that one along. I mean, what were your average days on the market?
Well, I took a listing over, well, the one was under contract in 4 days. The other one was listed for 2 weeks before they called me up after I sold the other one so fast. Switched their agent, I had it under contract in 3 days.
And what percent of asking price?
One of them was 5,000 over, and the second one that I took over was 5,000 under after inspection.
Okay, so you're averaging 100% of asking price. Well, it'd be interesting, it'd be a good case study to follow that one, see how much longer it sits in the market, see what it actually closes at, and use that, all right?
Will also be interesting to see what they listed at versus what you were listed at.
Yeah.
And understanding that some people are looking for the base level service, right? They just want, give me your most basic package, right? I want your most basic package. I want your cell phone photos, throw it up on the MLS and call it a day. And that's okay. If that's what they want, they can go get that from someone. Todd is not a basic package.
I will not do that. If my name, I always tell my sellers if my name's in the front yard, I'm putting my best foot forward. I don't do anything half-assed.
Absolutely. And that costs money and you're worth it.
Well, I send my sellers my invoices. So like my photos, for example, for the one on Blueberry Hill cost me $600. And every time I get an invoice, I send it over. For like the condo in Milford that I just had staged that cost me $1,200, I send that invoice over. So
Yeah.
Not like, it's not like, hey, this is how much money I'm spending like to get your house sold, but it's more like, hey, this is the investment I'm making.
This is what I said I was going to do, and this is what, and I'm doing it, right?
Absolutely.
I love that.
I do have a question for you. So what were like some of the objections and how did you like overcome it? Cause I had like one of my first listing appointments
So if the seller asks like, what's your commission? I typically, with how I word mine, I say, I typically charge 6%, it's split 3 and 3. I do offer 3% over to the buyer's agent, and this is why X, Y, Z, they bring the buyer, the representing of, you know, here's the situation of what might happen if we offer 2.5% versus 3 versus, you know, not offering a buyer's agent commission. I don't know if everyone has got those postcards that came out about a month ago that said, did you sell your house in the past 24 months and pay a buyer's agent commission? I actually had a third listing appointment where they had that on their counter and they were like, well, what's this about? I was like, God damn it.
Can I jump in on that?
Yeah,
So part of the NAR settlement that has not been approved yet is to make those buyer side litigation pieces go away. So this is a seller's, the situation we're dealing with right now that goes into effect in August is on the sell side. There's copycat lawsuits on the buy side, and part of the settlement is to get all of those to go away.
but I pretty much just tell them, hey, this is your consequence of what might happen if we don't offer a 2.5 or 3% buyer's agent commission. And then I actually stole your idea that you did with outlining like what the comparables were offering. I actually did that for my Blueberry Hill one. And because there was one that's on the market right now that's at 2.5%. And I said, well, if we offer 3%,
Yeah.
it's another incentive.
So
Rick, you probably remember back in the day where if you give us a offer by a certain amount, you get a bonus or something along those lines. I think those are gonna start coming back, if you ask me.
that's how, when you were selling $30,000 houses and they were offering a flat $1,000 commission, but if you sold it by the 31st, you got an extra $500.
I did that for my builder client when one house was sitting on the market when the rates started jumping up and I offered a $1,000
Yeah.
incentive and I got under contract in 2 weeks.
So what happens, so what happens if you have a signed buyer's agency that says after August 17th, that says that you're willing to take 3%, but they're offering 3% plus a bonus?
You cannot take the bonus. You are maxed out at what your buyer agency agreement says. So
Should we change our form to 3% and or any incentive offered? by
Can't be
the listing agent?
open-ended.
it has to be, yeah, so we're gonna be working with people that are really smart to make sure that we are doing it legally and have it set up to be the most advantageous for us as agents, obviously. But all of the loopholes that we talk about have already been deemed to be illegal. Well, not all of them, because we're sure we have not all of them,
Not all of them yet.
but we're working on
Can we
it.
give that to our customers somehow? If they're.
The bonus?
That bonus can,
Probably.
so if we can't take it, can we give it to the customer and then that way they're gonna say, yeah, you know.
That's actually.
They gave me the bonus, they gave me the bonus and you know, and you're gonna get a referral out of it then.
I mean,
Absolutely.
That's really good.
That's-
great.
yeah.
That's an absolutely fantastic
Right, yeah, bonus, I'm not taking the bonus, I'm gonna give it to him, I'm gonna give it to my customer.
Like put it in the form of concessions or something?
Yeah, put it on a concession and say, okay, you offered that, now it's a concession.
If that's not I for integrity, I don't know what is.
Well, we didn't plan this, Todd. You just walked in and I made you come up here. So like, thank you.
I got an argument. I just, you know, and I respect you, Todd, but like, I hate losing one. You know, we don't care about the ones we win. What bothers us is the ones we lose. And going into that listing, you say you give, you know, the Todd Feedy group, you give them that sense of service, right? And you send those invoices out, you want full tilt on that. So if that client went up there, why wouldn't you put it under an alias, the Beanie Group, and say, okay, you get cell phones this and I'll put it and I'll list it. Because now you're getting still your 3, you're getting 1.5%, but you're not handling all the expenses, but you give them that tier B service, just like a buyer agent.
I view in my mind that if I'm giving half-ass service to someone else, that's then cutting the service for my clients that are gonna be 3%.
And then on the buy side, if you're gonna do a full 3%, but they don't have it, they only want the A package, the B package, or the C package, how do you deal with that then? Those are separate services.
My buyer consults have been going pretty well with, getting a minimum of 2.5%, so, that's just a conversation that we're having right up front. And my clients are now like starting to ask like, hey, is this commission being covered by the seller, or do we need to build it into the contract? So That's just strengthening your buyer agreements on our side too.
But they still hurt when you lose them. It still bugs you.
Yeah.
You know, it bugs me.
Well, my thing is, if they don't respect me up front, they're not gonna respect me at the end. That's not someone I wanna do business with. I dealt with that too many years.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm finally at the point in my business where I'm okay turning some down.
Aaron, I haven't been in here the whole time, but did you get update? I gave Aaron.
I did not,
Okay.
but you can.
Okay, so,
Come on up here for the Zoomers.
Okay. In a couple of weeks, probably, for like 2 to 3 weeks out, Real Comp is, kind of copycatting off of 2 of the largest MLSs in the country. And they are gonna be putting in a field for, seller, how much is the seller offering in concessions to the buyer? There is gonna be in the policies and procedures and rules of Real Comp that is not to be for commission. But what happens in a contract, you know, when a property goes on contract, that's there,
Concession.
it's not, you know, the MLS isn't involved at that point. So it's kind of a workaround.
Then they're adding that box
Yeah.
that for concessions.
Right. So basically, yeah, so how much, if anything, is the seller offering in concessions towards the buyer?
Like 3% concession to
Exactly.
be used towards anything you guys can. figure
Except
out.
for commission.
Oh, oh,
But that's what the MLS is saying,
oh, okay.
except for commission, but what happens in the offer is, at that point, they're not involved. So,
You just put it in the offer.
exactly,
Yeah, we're just going
yeah, so, should be about 2 to 3 weeks out on that.
Okay.
And I think, what I don't know though is that if at that time, if the cooperative compensation fields in Real Comp will still be there, or if they will be actually gone, I don't know yet.
This is gonna be interesting.
So will that change our listing agreement? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So when does this all go into play? July what?
August 17th. It got pushed back. And I apologize, because we're redoing our team meeting agenda. Vic, do you have anything?
No, I can pass it. Not
Okay.
much going on.
Esteban, do you have anything?
I just had that class next week with Lori, and then, on the 25th, soccer is gonna teach a class, using social media to stay in front of your current clients. So that'll be through an app called CapCut, and she'll teach us how to edit and everything like that, so
For videos?
for videos. So next week, me and Lori, and then the week after that will be me and Sakura.
What is the one with you and Lori?
It's how to get paid for the new commission tab.
Guys,
So send your admin, send whoever is in charge of getting you guys paid, and we'll get them coached up.
seriously.
And where to find numbers, where.
So, just so you guys know, because, and maybe we don't explain it well enough because it happens in the back end on in our world so much. This changeover is, well, you do know that we're coming out of a completely antiquated system that came to in 1997 or whatever. The new system is actually taking the data that you put into command, and we're processing directly through that now in real time. So we do need you to put your stuff in there right away, like as you upload your documents and start to fill out your commission tab, fill out everything as best as you can, because it's going to make everything smoother along the way. You're not gonna have a whole bunch of, hopefully not have a whole bunch of compliance stuff coming back at you. It's all gonna happen in real time, so please help us help you. And if you are doing your own commission tabs and you don't know the new system yet, don't wait until you have a closing to learn it, like frantically panicking on a Sunday or Friday night or whatever. Please come learn how to do this up front. I think we're also gonna be, we talked about maybe doing videos to put onto kwlagents.com, but that's not happening yet. Get into the class so you can learn this quick. It's important.
Yeah,
Thank you.
your admins are like,
Yeah,
send your admins.
send your admins if that's who does it. Anybody else having conversations that they want to bring up on the NAR settlement?
I want to bring up one more that those of you that have been coming on Fridays have heard. I had a listing appointment a week or two ago. Very detail oriented, very question asky sellers, and they brought up commission. So we had already talked about 6%. It had been there, done that. They wanted to know if there's anything that could be done about commission. And I said, yes, it's negotiable, and I charge 6%. What other questions do you have? they're very direct people, right? So the way they ask the question sounds like we're not paying 6%. And I went through my justification for offering 3% to a buyer's agent and paying me 3%, and they gladly are paying 6%. So don't be afraid to handle the objection. Aaron 15 years ago would have totally folded and given them a discount they weren't even asking for, honestly. So if you're not super prepared, role play, come on Friday, practice in the mirror, make sure you have your objections ready to go. I know there's a handful of agents in here that I would put up against any challenging seller, but it's a handful of our 170 agents that I think are ready for this. So if you don't feel like you're ready, take the time.
More confident you sound, the less they're gonna push.
For
Absolutely.
sure. Absolutely. This isn't scary at all, as long as you are keeping up on it and understanding the why behind it, understanding that not really much of anything's changing for us, except we have to be better at communicating it.
Absolutely. This is a market of skill. We are coming out of a market of luck. The last 10 years have been the easiest to sell real estate ever. You're able to throw up a couple social media posts, your phone rings, and if you're not a complete idiot, you can get a couple of things to the closing table. That's gone. So lead generation is the new thing. And having the skill to handle those leads once you get to the table is going to be vital. You have to be a professional realtor now. The hobbyist is out.
Yep. We're in the full swing of summer. I said it at the last team meeting. I'll say it again. Do not take your foot off the gas. Winter is coming again. Guys, it comes every year. We have to keep pushing, have to keep going. It's an election year. Too many unknowns are gonna happen. Too many people are going to sit and wait come October, come September. And you're gonna get the responses of people that are saying, I'm gonna wait to see what happens in November. Right? Keep your foot on the gas. You have to keep building the pipeline right now to make it through this winter.
Let's wrap it up with listings. Any buyer needs or
Listings coming up you want to share?
Stockbridge coming on the market, Friday, $300,000, 4 bedrooms, one of the biggest houses in Stockbridge. So I don't have the square footage right here with me, but real good sized house and stuff. I sold it to them a couple years ago and there's a divorce going on, but $300,000 in Stockbridge and right walking distance to the elementary school.
Okay. Past client, obviously, coming back to you. Lovely.
Also, I've got 2 in Pinckney, right pushing, one on Emu and one on Meadow Creek, and both of them are sitting just under 500,000, and they've been real quiet. So anybody knows anybody, you know, they're both really nice houses, but that price range, I'm not seeing. They're not beating the walls down, and the customers aren't getting upset, but it's like, well, it's been on the market 11 days. Somebody just told me yesterday, it's been on the market 11 days. Okay.
Yeah, right. What's the average days on the market for a $500,000 house in Pinckney that's not in the water?
Anybody else? Listings coming up. Feedy.
We just made one live last night on Blueberry Hill in Heartland. It is just shy of 6,000 finished square feet.
Ooh.
I am calling it a Southern Charm. It's got a wraparound porch. It's super nice, but 8-car garage, just shy of an acre. We listed it at 550. And then I got another one coming on June 24th in Dexter on 11 acres. It's a 2,500 square foot ranch with a 3-car garage and a guest suite. And that's going at 650.
Wow, that's a pretty good price for 550. 6,000 square feet.
It's a little
Finished square footage. that's
Yeah, so it's
upper and lower.
4,000 above grade and 1,500 down below.
Dated, you said?
But it's very southern, like everything they have in there is very Southern charm.
Sounds like a good buy.
Yeah.
And how'd you get that one, Libby?
That was from sending out a random CMA.
Random CMA.
Was that lead generation with strangers? And then they
Wait. How's it?
Actually-
Tell me how random. In your database random or like?
No, so I sold a house on Deanna and I went in and started doing people that have owned their house for over 10 years and sent them a CMA and I got 2 listing appointments from it in that neighborhood.
So from that CMA.
Hold
what'd you
on,
come
Billy.
in at With what you listed it for.
So gonna
My
add-
CMA list came in at 540 and we listed at 550.
So without, your CMA without seeing it.
Yes,
And how many of those did you send out?
22,
And how many appointments did you get?
2.
And you've listed one so far.
Yeah, and I'm gonna know by the end of June if the second one's gonna list or not.
I mean, my ROI on
32%.
time and money there is pretty good.
Couple $500,000 houses for 22 mailers.
Yeah.
You.
And then we also have one coming up in downtown Royal Oak, about a mile from Clausen. Built in 06, 2,600 square feet with a finished basement. That's gonna be around 7.
Nice.
A question on that CMA, is that a one pager? Is that pretty in depth? How long does it take you to do one of those CMAs?
It takes me a little less than 10 minutes. It's the first 10 pages of the CMA that I normally do for a listing presentation. We do a little handwritten note, put it in a letter envelope.
Who else is doing mailers? I know Farron is. Farron is.
Actually, I have a list coming up in Brighton on Wisteria Way, 2,873 square feet up, 1,200 finished down, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, half-acre lot. And that's 575, and it'll be live on first.
That's from a mailer?
From a golden letter.
What's a golden letter?
We have a buyer looking for a house similar to yours, if you thought about selling.
How many of those did you send out?
Up to this particular neighborhood, 1. We heard that they may be entertaining selling
Oh, yeah.
1, and like 60 days later, we got a call.
Wow.
So lead generation works.
That's passive lead generation.
Yeah, it's not even like calling people.
Well, we have a really nice range coming. Like 2,600 square feet, but, and then a finished walkout, 3-car garage, like an acre and a half.
How much?
So,
In Brighton?
Where?
Hamburg Township, so like across from Oak Point, Mountain Drive, and
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Snowgate.
If anyone has anything coming up in Pine Creek under 1.5, that's not outrageously huge. I got a cash buyer that's like ready to go.
Pine Creek specifically?
Yep.
Julie.
Yeah, Julie.
I missed out on Julie's.
Well,
No, she
Julie's,
has another
the
one.
buyer of
Okay.
hers is selling their house.
All
that she
Julie.
got, yeah. So she's gonna be listing the buyer's house.
Yeah, when they found out that, because we were gonna go see Julie's over Memorial Day weekend, when she found out she had 2 offers, they were like, yeah, we don't want that bad.
Yeah, she's listing that one, I think at 1.25.
Nice. I've got one coming up in Salem Township, 2 acres, a 2,800 square foot ranch with a full walkout finished basement, stunning pool, gorgeous lot, super well kept. For right around $1 million, and photos are on the 19th. Salem or South Line.
I don't know if anybody has any like vacant 4 to 5 acre parcels potentially coming up, North Howell area. I do have a buyer that called me the other day looking for that.
Lovely. All right, friends.
Anybody else?
Share one thing, been tradition for a couple years here since I came around here and I brought it to Keller Williams, but the Smokin' Jazz and Barbecue Blues Fest is the weekend after Labor Day. And it's been 3-4 years now that we've been the people that serve the beer and
That's a lot of fun.
work the beer tent. We have a great time. Aaron buys us t-shirts in every year.
Aaron does it. Aaron
ordered-
coordinates t-shirts.
She coordinates t-shirts, and so.
Actually, is that what we
That was-
Yeah. We'll be doing a sign up sheets. Sign up sheets, the lady that's organizing it for the Chamber of Commerce is also putting on, those of you maybe knew about it last year, the Yellowstone Festival. They're having that at Mount Brighton, and it's not this weekend, it's the weekend following, so. Once that's over, she'll start working on Smokin' Jazz, and she'll have a sign up genius thing that we can fill all
You
the.
tell them we're in?
Yeah, I've already told her, I said, we're gonna fill all the spots, so.
It's a bunch of fun.
It is.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
so
fun.
just know that, get your groups together. We've had it where teams have gotten together and said, okay, there's 5 of us from our team, we're all gonna be at the same time, so. If you have some of those, get to me earlier and say, okay, we got 5 of us for Friday night, Get to me earlier and I'll put you on the list right away. But we'll be, doing it, it's gonna be 2.5 hour shifts this year.
Excellent.
So I think it starts at 6 and goes to 11, so it'll be from like 6 to 8:30 and then 8:30 to 11.
Okay.
So, but that's been a great place for us to be out there. We get a group picture all the time on both nights and,
Yeah,
we show us out in the community, so.
that's an awesome one. Thank you for that.
Excellent.
All right, friends, thanks for coming. Oh, wait, there's something in the chat. maybe.
Yeah, school must be out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't really do
You said that.
Um,
Oops, sorry.
That's it, yep.
Yeah, we're, they're still up there, they might have.
No, I,